Ginella Massa is standing by for us. Ginella, we're talking about the after-school care, and that you're right. That is very much something that you may not have a choice for, right? You know, whether or not your child has coverage with a family member, someone that can help out, you're kind of just stuck in limbo with it.
Yeah, parents say they are stuck between a rock and a hard place. They really don't know if they're making the right decision. But some of them, I spoke with one parent who said his, business was impacted by COVID-19 and he just can't get his work done with his kids at home and he has to be able to make money. So he has to make the difficult decision to send his kids to after-school care and spent weeks and weeks doing research to try to find one that he was comfortable with. Now, there are strict guidelines across the board when it comes to screening and cleaning and protective gear. In fact, staff who care for children have to wear eye protection on top of masks. But there are a few gaps, and the Ontario Coalition for Better Childcare finds those concerning, namely the size of groups. There are no caps, and for school-age children, that could mean groups of up to 30 in after-school programs. And there are no specific rules around cohorts. So even though schools have cohorts for kids that aren't supposed to mix, then after school, there aren't specific rules around trying to keep some of those kids in the same cohort. So they could be mixing with other kids in other cohorts from their school or even kids from other schools. And some childcare centers have taken it upon themselves to, cap the sizes of groups, and they're trying to coordinate with schools with cohorts. But the coalition says that discrepancy means that some families could be more at risk than others. And here's what they told us.
The question then is, if that's not happening across the board, where isn't it happening? And then we see those inequities. I've heard that, when we talk about enrollment, there's some childcare programs that are at 10, 15% enrollment, but other ones that are full. So to me, if we have any after-school care program that has 30 children in an ill-ventilated basement, not acceptable. And I don't want to think that we have, the inequities that's going to show where parents have to be working outside the home, have to send their children to before and after school care programs. Those need to be good programs.
One of the other discrepancies is around mask policies. We know that the province has said kids grade 4 and under don't have to wear masks, but some school boards have said masks are needed for all ages. And then there may be a discrepancy with the after-school program, and so they may be wearing a mask in school and not in the after-school program, Melanie.
Yeah, a ton of inconsistencies here, Ginella. And what we need to look forward to as well is this isn't just a short-term problem. Long-term, when it comes to the future of childcare, what is that going to look like if enrollment is so low, with a lot of parents and caregivers saying, maybe I don't enroll my child now, what's going to be the future?
Yeah, I'm hearing that from a lot of different places. Anecdotally, the parent I spoke with said most of the parents around him, if they're sending their kids to school, they've just chosen not to send them to after-school care. They're working from home. They're hoping that 8 to 3 window is enough to get most of their work done, and they'll just deal with the last couple of hours. The YMCA tells me that they still have lots of vacancies. They've had families opt in, then opt out, opt back in again, just kind of showing how much fear and uncertainty there is. And the coalition tells me that the City of Toronto reports about 37% enrollment. And that has them concerned about the long-term impact. As you said, we know that before COVID, getting a spot in childcare or on a wait list, getting a spot was like gold.
Yeah.
So if we have low enrollment, that could lead to closures. And that could mean that when the dust settles from this pandemic, that we have even less spots and are in an even worse spot than before. So they are calling on funding for the government, and I'll have more on that tonight on City News at 5 and 6.
All right, Ginella, a great report. Looking forward to seeing that. Thank you.